Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello there, it's Gabby here from Confidence After Cancer, and I hope this finds you well. In this week's podcast, I'm going to be talking about 2 of my favourite things, 2 of my favourite nurturing things that you can do for yourself. And the first thing to talk about is self-care. And self-care comes up time and time again because for me personally, I knew this was one of the biggest errors that I used to make in my life, that I wasn't making time for self-care. The other thing I'm going to be talking about is skincare, and the 2 do go hand in hand for me and for many people that I know as well. So I've got 3 things that I'd like to think about this week regarding skincare and self-care and how you can use skincare as part of your routine to help yourself be happier and healthier. So how does that work? Well, the first thing is to think about getting yourself into, I'm not going to say these are the products that you should use or this is the thing that you must do, because we're all different and it depends what, stage of your life you're at, or whether you wear makeup or whatever it is, your personal circumstances. But what I would say to you, whatever routine you've got, I personally get a lot from my morning routine of taking my favourite cleanser that smells beautiful and making it into like a mini ritual. So I take that time, and it's only a couple of minutes. It's like brushing your teeth. It's just one of those things that I do every day. But I've got that routine down now where I take that few minutes just to do my skincare, to cleanse my face, and to really be mindful of the fact that I'm massaging my skin, I'm using good products, and I'm taking a little bit of time for me. And that subliminal message that I'm giving myself that I am worth it and I am taking care of myself and I am not too busy to neglect my self-care. So I do that every morning. And then a top tip that somebody's given to me is once you've finished your skincare routine, whatever that looks like for you, is to splash your face with some cold water. And not only does it make you feel alive, the cold water, the shock of it does make you feel alive, but it's actually meant to be really good for your skin as well. And there's a lot now about people getting cold water tubs in the back gardens and people going cold water swimming. That's not really for me. It may be for you. But in the same way that shock of the cold, even a cold shower for a couple of minutes, I do that. And I do know that does makes me draw my breath, but it also makes me focus on my breathing, which we don't always do. And so, the shock of the cold water, if you can't bear the thought of swimming in a lake in the morning or getting in a bathtub full of ice cubes, just splash some cold water on your face. You will get that invigorating feeling. It does wake you up, and it is meant to be really, really good for your skin as well. The second thing that I'd like to think about is the damage that we can do. I'm 60 now, and as I get older, I want to take good care of my skin. There's so much research out there about the damage that the sun can do. The sun, whether you live in a sunny climate or not, I live in Manchester and it's cloudy all the time, but the sun still can do damage, even if you're inside on a cloudy day. And so now part of my routine every day is to always use, after I've used my cleanse, tone and moisturizer, always to use a sunscreen, because I know the damage that the sun can do. It's the UVA rays apparently that actually break down collagen. When a newborn baby's got beautiful, juicy, chunky cheeks, that's because they're full of collagen. And unfortunately, as we age, our collagen breaks down. That's just part of the aging process. There's not a lot you can do about that, but you can look after your skin. You can make sure you don't age faster than you need to by using good skincare, by using a sunblock or a sunscreen, I should say. And just it's a ritual. You're sending yourself a good message that you are taking care of your skin. So think about your skin. Obviously it's all over your body and it's the largest organ that we have in the body, but it's semi-permeable. What does that mean? It means that things can get through. So if you put some poison, some chemicals, some things that you shouldn't be using on your skin, it ends up being in your bloodstream. And I'm very conscious now of the personal care products that I use since my cancer diagnosis. I know that there are a lot of products, a lot of elements to products, a lot of the ingredients that I use. Some have been banned now, and some things have not been banned, but they're still known to be carcinogenic. In other words, they cause cancer. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm just saying it's really a good thing to be mindful of what you are putting onto your skin. Think about nicotine patches, how they work. You slap, apparently I've never used one, but you slap it on your skin and the nicotine gets into your bloodstream. So it makes sense to me that anything that you put onto your skin is going to end up in your bloodstream. And that's fine if it's good, nurturing, plant-based products or things that are really good for you. But if it's got some chemical nasties in there, some chemicals, I'm not going to go into the science behind it and the scientific analysis behind it. I do have a fact sheet that you can download. I'll put a link around this podcast that tells you how you can keep yourself safe and avoid chemicals. None of us want to live in a bubble. You don't want to become completely obsessed with checking everything, but there are some really simple things that you can do to keep yourself safe. So for me, there are certain products and there are certain ingredients I know now that I avoid. It's like not eating processed food. If you're eating a lot of food that's full of chemicals, you're not doing your health any good. And it's the same with the products that you're slapping on your skin. So that's the third thing I would say to you. Think about the burden that you put in onto your body with all the chemicals. Before I really thought about this, I would in the morning get up, brush my teeth, cleanse my face, get in the shower, maybe use a soap or a shower gel, shampoo and conditioner. Then I'd get out and use a body lotion and then put some makeup on and some moisturizer. And when I really sat down and thought about it, quite easily, I'm slapping on to my body in one way or another, maybe up to 80 different types of chemicals. And just because they're available in the shop doesn't mean that they're safe and they're good for you. So there are some natural alternatives. I am an ambassador for a natural skincare company. I'm not trying to sell you skincare. I'm trying to say to you, be very mindful of what you put onto your skin, because what you put onto your skin ends up in your bloodstream. But going back to what I first said, skincare is for me now, is part of my self-care. A lot of us are very, very busy. We don't have time always to do the things we'd like to do. You might not have time to go away to a spa or time to do, go for a massage, but you can always do some self-massage, just getting some really lovely hand cream or foot cream and just spend, 5-10 minutes just putting some nice music on, maybe lighting a candle. Give yourself a self-massage. You can do that at any time, maybe a couple of times a week, maybe before bed. If you're somebody that has trouble sleeping, a lot of creams now or pillow sprays have got lavender in, and that's always really, really conducive to a good night's sleep. The other thing that you can do for your self-care is Epsom salts into a bath. So if you like a warm bath before bed, that helps really to relax me. And they say that Epsom salts in your bath water will get into your bloodstream quicker than taking a magnesium supplement. So those are all things that you can do, very nurturing things to do. And again, this time of year where we're hunkering down in our houses, a lot of people suffer with dry skin at this time of year if you go out into the cold and that cold wind blowing at your face. So spend some time just moisturizing your face, giving yourself a little facial massage. Always makes me feel better. And as I say, if you want any more information about toxins and chemicals in our products, you can download my fact sheet. If you want to know more about the products that I use and that I recommend, I'll put a link around this podcast for you so you can have a look at the web page. But again, just be mindful. Just be mindful of this. It's part of your self-care, okay? This is a very, very easy thing that you can do for yourself. So thank you so much for listening. It's always good to hear from you. Ping me a message if you want to ask me any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll speak to you very soon. Take care, my lovely. Bye-bye.